watching this on YouTube, you already know the drill. Twitch is in the description. We're gonna be watching the David files. Now, I don't really know anything about, or like too much about it, but all I know is some like, little people were involved, and I don't know. That's kind of all I really know. I only know like 3 of his songs, but if it's really this bad, then I might have to take him out of my playlist. So yeah, we're gonna just see how it goes. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. This video is from Turkey Tom. I think maybe I've seen a video from him before. I never like reacted to it like on stream though. But yeah. Let's go. Let's get some likes in here. And yeah, if you watch this on Twitch, then you get this live. So let's go.
On September 8th, 2025, police officers found body parts in the trunk of a vehicle showing signs of prolonged malnourishment.
Okay, and then the only thing I know about this is that it was like a 15-year-old, I think, like in his car, and then people were like connecting lyrics and whatever. Yeah.
Upon further investigation, they discovered these were the remains of a teenage girl that had been missing for 17 months, and that the car belonged
17 months, bro? I fall. I gotta drink the matcha. 17 months is crazy.
a teenage girl that had been missing for 17 months, and that the car belonged to indie artist David, who had over 30 million listeners. And
Bro, David was on a roll back then. Like, he had Feel It, which is in my playlist right now. And he had like some other good songs too. Like Romantic Homicide. I'm sure it's gonna like get into it too, because like I know the lyrics, like it's kind of weird, but that's like all I really know. Yeah, 17 months is so yeah. Yeah, 17 months is crazy. It's a long time.
songs with almost
I'm surprised that no one like came back to like really like find her, and like were they trying to search or something? Like I don't know.
250 million views on YouTube. An already dark and tragic incident became even darker as people online slowly unraveled 4 years of David foreshadowing this would happen through his music,
this is what
which
I'm
he was
talking about.
performing the same day the body was found. This is one of the most downright evil.
I think I was actually thinking of going to a David concert. Like, this is like before that happened. I think he performed where I'm at like the day after it came out or something, and I was thinking of going, but then this happened and I was like, yeah, nah.
Stories I've ever
maybe
covered,
he
so
canceled
viewer
it, I don't
discretion
remember.
is advised. All the way back in 2018, 13-year-old David Anthony Burke was a homeschooled kid with not just a normal family, but an unusually well-to-do family unit. His parents were still together, had a strong religious background, and were well off financially, as his dad was a regional litigation support project manager for a global firm with 75 offices and a staff of over 1,500 attorneys.
So his dad was rich. So he was in a rich family then. He was in like a pretty good family then. He was like set.
Browsing his LinkedIn briefly shows you just how many huge law firms he dealt with and how much experience he had. By all means, the Burke family was well supported and had everything they needed. However, David had mostly unsupervised access to the internet, and they simply had no idea the kinds of things he would expose himself to. But we'll get to that later. To their knowledge, and
Let's get some predictions of what he was looking at on the internet. I don't know what it might have been. Let me make sure that the OBS is actually getting the audio. Okay, yeah, we're good. But yeah, predictions. Anyone put down right now on this timestamp what you think he was like watching or like looking at when he was like a young buck?
likewise, to the public's knowledge, David's teenage years had him either studying or playing Fortnite and making edits and montages of it. But due to the prominent role music plays in Fortnite edits, he found his content getting frequently copyright striked. Over the course of 3 years where he struggled with this problem, he decided to take his interest in artists like XXXTentacion and Tyler the Creator to try his hand at making his own music to avoid copyright. This
It's weird because like when you listen to his music, he doesn't really sound like X. I mean, I can kind of see it, but I don't really. I wouldn't put X on there. I'd probably put like I don't even know, like some kind of R&B artist, like not X though. Like uh, Weekend type of like old Weekend, not like new, but like just like more strange. I don't know how to explain it.
Culminated in the release of his first song on YouTube, Runaway, which was released in December 2021. From the get-go, the themes in his music are very clear and repetitive. The speaker in the song is trying to get someone they
I'm gonna read this. I got issues, but you wouldn't know. What song is this? It's like he's like clingy, like you know,
love to come live
like
with them,
that's what it
feeling
looks
sad
like.
when they feel their feelings are not reciprocated, fearing that their partner is running away, and lastly, having these feelings boil over into aggression and a jealous anger. In a song from February 2022, he says, "I look into your eyes and I can see right through your lies. I think we both know who died."
Just that first bar reminds me of like The Weekend, like uh, in your eyes. Like this is what that first line reminds me of. But I mean, it's a terrible disguise. We both know. Whoa, whoa. Too much on your mind. The truth is what you hope to find, but you can't leave the past behind. Bro, just okay. You're the only one that lies here. So okay, well he's loyal. You know, we appreciate the loyalty.
Lies here. You can't leave the past behind. You're the only one that lies here. In another song from just 1 month later, he has the phrase, "Save your tears 7."
Dude, like, what is with the weekend references? Like, I'm a big weekend fan, and I can't really react to weekend songs or anything because I already know all of it. It'd be like listening to House of Balloons for the 100th time if I did that. Um, yeah, save your tears now. 7 years. Okay, I want to know about the
Years
7
in the
years.
chorus. And I think at this point it's necessary to introduce you to David's alleged victim for legal purposes. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, born on September 7th, 2010, meaning an early
So, if she was still alive, then she would be 16. No, she'd be 15 because it's 2020. Yeah, she'd be 15 now.
2022,
She
she'd have
died
been
at 14,
11,
15.
7 years away from being 18. Meanwhile, David would be 17.
Oh.
While no one had any reason to suspect anything at the time, the contents of
Well, wait. It says she was 11 and then he was 17.
David would be 17. While no one had 7 years away from being 18. Meanwhile,
7
David
years
would be
old. Yeah, so
17.
11.
While no one had any
That's a 6 year difference, bro. That is 11 is still elementary too, right? And then 17 is like senior, maybe junior, like end of junior year. That's insane. Bro.
reason to suspect
That's like
anything at the time, the contents of his music
super,
only became
super
more
senior.
concerning. Over his next two songs that are almost follow-ups to one another, the narrative David is describing goes from just needing a friend to a song called More Than Just Friends, where he says, "I told you keep it 10, or you'll end up dead." Pieces put together like a puzzle. Over the next 8 songs,
He really just, bro, I don't know what's up with artists that snitch on themselves. Like, we all know, like, Young Thug and everything. And, like, bro, his lawyer was, like, cooking, I guess. I don't know how he didn't get locked up for, like, life after that. But, like, that was just crazy. Yeah, these artists just keep snitching on themselves. Like, whatever he just said, like you'll end up dead or whatever. It's like, dude, saying like that coming out after what he did is crazy.
this narrative is mostly made
This is 2022 now, so this is 3 years ago.
Maintained, with David talking about being sent into jealous frenzies and obsessively sending whoever he's talking to hundreds of messages, while occasionally saying things like trying to kill you slowly and we're gonna die tonight. As much as it's pretty commonplace for these themes to appear in this kind of music, it often seemed like David was being a bit too oddly specific about
Yeah, it's really specific. Just saying that we're gonna die tonight is wild.
his subject
too,
matter.
though.
This is even more the case when you factor in the kinds of things he was tweeting at the time, such as, when I was writing this, I got a notification from you, as you were talking about wanting to be with your mom and your sister again. Take me where I belong, but your circumstances won't allow us to be in our ideal situations. We gotta push through it, bro. It's one thing for there to be odd lyrics, but this is just him talking on a tweet about how someone needs to.
Yeah, that's definitely directed to the girl. Like, just looking at it, he's trying to, like stop it with the bro, but like we all know it's about a girl, right? Because, I mean, let's be honest. Which guy wants to be with their sister? Not me. Maybe that's just me, but like, yeah, a nodie from you, like. And plus, you wouldn't say this if you're talking to just like bro. You wouldn't tweet it, like.
To be in our ideal situations. We gotta push through it, bro. It's one thing for there to be odd lyrics, but this is just him talking on a
The only other thing I could think of is maybe like someone that he works with or something like that, and they're like, "Yo, I need like some time off." That's the only other thing.
tweet
like,
about how someone needs to push through their wishes to be with their mom and sister again. While the post he was replying to there is now gone, there is a Wayback Machine snapshot of what the original exchange was. In it, David, with his old handle, Ant Part 2, is replying to someone named 6K4TE, who says, "This relates to how I feel so heavily," to one of his songs. The only other hit for this exact handle is a Pinterest profile whose last piece of activity took place 11 months ago. Currently, this Twitter handle is being used by someone else who is not related to the original owner of the handle.
Okay, so we got 64KTE, which is probably just means Kate. I mean, K4TE, like that's probably what I'm thinking. And then we have Celeste, the one that was like the victim. Okay, so.
Or David, so don't go messaging them because they have nothing to do with anything. The only other significant pieces of David's Twitter activity from around this period are him saying that religion is a money scheme and that he'd been studying nihilism lately. Although she was
Holy, you're live. I know, bro. We're back. I took the day off yesterday because I had like my niece and nephew in like the room like right behind me, and I didn't want to like be too loud. But now I can. I'm on a call with a friend right now while watching. The dedication is real. We're almost an affiliate, bro. We just need more average viewers, and then I'm there. All right.
religion is a money scheme and that he'd been.
What is nihilism? Nihilism is the philosophical belief that life is without objective meaning, purpose. Okay. So he's studying things. It's like, oh, life doesn't really matter too much. I mean, with the stuff he was saying, it kind of makes sense.
Studying nihilism lately. Although she was probably there for longer, the earliest record of a
Celeste in here saying bark is crazy.
A Celeste in David's Discord server comes from October 2022, when she would have been 12. It's around this time that we got one of the most damning instances.
12? Okay, so shit, when she was 11, he was 17. 12 and 18? Bro, that's a 6th grader, dude.
of David telling on himself. The music video for the track Romantic Homicide. The video depicts David in some pretty ritualistic scenes, surrounded by candles with a blindfold on, standing in front of a seemingly deceased girl. Later on, it's suggested that the evidence of the crime is hid away inside of a suitcase. The lyrics aren't very specific, but they too reflect the same themes from before, killing someone he loves. While his previous songs had already gotten some degree of attention, this one was by far his biggest hit.
This is reminding me of the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, like how he would like lure people in from like the gay bar or whatever, and it would be like someone that he was like interested in or whatever, and then he would, you know, do what he was doing. That's like what this reminds me of, like the lyrics at least, like what it's like reminding me of. Let me know y'all's thoughts though.
Yeah, taking him from being an obscure indie artist to being in the same category as people like Juice WRLD. Last but not least, if you check the date this video was posted, it was exactly on the 7th of September, Celeste's birthday. Maybe due to how much success this song got him, David got even.
But I mean, like, you can't really put that exact thing like as a like, yeah, it might be a coincidence. Like, what if he was just pushing it out and he was like, yeah, I just made this song, I'm gonna, or is, okay, because I know most artists post on like Fridays, so ignore my spelling. Holy bro, I can't spell for nothing. It was on a Wednesday. Dude, most artists
Celeste's birthday. Maybe due to how much success this song got him, David got even bolder about subliminally referencing the insidious things he was doing behind the scenes. 2 months into the new year, he started opening up to his Discord server, which obviously was full of
3 stream streak, yes sir, bro, you're a real one.
Of minors. In a long string of messages, he said, "I used to be addicted to watching gore."
Wait, hold on. What
2 months into the new year, he started opening up to his Discord server, which obviously was full of minors. And
oh, okay, so he's 18 with the Discord server and has a ton of minors in there, and then says this.
Long string of messages, he said, "I used to be addicted to watching gore videos. Live Leak was bookmarked.
Live Leak is an insane poll, bro. Having that bookmarked is crazy. Give me 3 squats now. Yeah, no, that's not how it works, bro.
I saw a cartel execution on Reddit when I was 14.
Holy, bro. It was the first time I watched a gore. I don't think I've ever watched a video like that. The only thing I could think of is in my sophomore year. Was it That would be torture. Yeah, no, bro. No, junior year, I had this economics class, and this, like, we were supposed to put our phones up, but none of us really did that unless, like, the teacher would, like, yell at you, like, specifically, and be like, yo, put your phone up. But, like, the teacher was chill. But, this dude had, like, random videos on his phone, and he just pulled up a video of like the cartel like skinning someone alive, and it had Funky Town playing in the background. Imagine having to do the exact number of stream streaks and squats, dude. My legs would be on fire. Would not be able to do that. But yeah, that's like the only like gore thing I can really think of. I wasn't even really paying attention. I was more like kind of laughing because of Funky Town. I wasn't actually like really watching it.
Got to the point where I don't even cringe when I see it no more. I remember laughing at one point. It got bad, man. I like writing gory psychological drama, romantic quotes, and a lot of death. I love gore. Gore is better than adult videos. This is absolutely...
What's this about? This is the David Files, the singer. I'm trying to figure out if he's really guilty. And then after that, I'm gonna play Siege. He's weird. I know the stuff that it's already covered is crazy. But yeah, let's just keep it pushing.
Absolutely not the first time someone has
He's
mentally
definitely guilty,
self-destructed via gore videos. There is such a huge community online of absolute freaks surrounding this kind of thing that I'm surprised there hasn't been a massive crackdown on it. And that's without mentioning how the same platform for this kind of video often leads to other, more illegal kinds of content. Another sign David was getting increasingly comfortable with letting other people know was that the entire server was at least somewhat in on the fact that he was with Celeste. Some kind of bot on his
So this is like confirming that he was with Celeste, and this is 2023 now, I think, because that's when he like blew up. So do the math, right? It said Celeste died at like 15 or something, right? So she was 13 when this whole thing started. David, whatever your middle name is and whatever your last name is, you need help, bro. Genuinely. Celeste in David's closet. I thought she was in the car. Maybe there's new stuff, I don't know. Oh wait, it says she's in the closet. I'm an idiot. Okay.
server shared what looks like a playlist called Celeste in David's Closet. In late March, someone going by the name James Buttergun said David only added underage girls to the server, and even specified that this wasn't some kind of joke, even if other users in there would joke about it openly. While I'm sure plenty of people had no
Bro, why didn't they come out and say these things before?
even if other
Like, they see that he's only letting underage people in. Is he, like, kicking them out of the server when they're 18? Like, I know that's messed up to really joke about, but, like, is he? Like,
users in there would joke about it openly. While I'm sure plenty of people had no idea about David's proclivities, based on the messages that have become public, at least some of them absolutely did, to the point where they even knew which girl specifically David talked to more frequently. One Reddit user said, "One of the old Discord screenshots
yeah, no, that's honestly bad, bro. Like, just first off, the age gap, he's already like 18, 19 in this, like in this like time frame, I think, because this is like post, what is it, Romantic Homicide, whatever that song is, which is 2023, and that's 3 years ago. I'm pretty sure he's like 22 now or something like that. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but the age difference is crazy. Like, when I was in high school, I remember people saying like the age difference with like 2 years is crazy. Like, it would be like if you're like a junior and you're with like a freshman, that's wild. I just wouldn't pass that. I'm saying, bro, but like, and then it would be like if you're like a senior with a junior, that's chill. That's chill. You like, even if like she's like still like 16, not 17 yet, because like it'd be 16 then 17, then 17 and 18 as a senior. So it'd be like an 18-year-old and maybe a 16-year-old. That's fine, I feel like, because like you're still in high school. After that, if you're graduated and you're over here like, yeah, I'm gonna go find me a junior in high school, that's crazy. Like, don't do that. And I get some girls might lie about their age, which is stupid, but like, still. Hisano, what's up, GOAT? What's good, bro? You're new, I think. Yeah, you followed 8 hours ago before stream, so welcome. You're basically Speed Diddy running at that point. Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
shots were two guys allegedly chatting, and they said that David wouldn't add them back, but he followed his underage girl fans immediately.
What? Like, dude, okay, so let me break this down. He's 18. I'm gonna say he's 18 for the sake of this. He's 18. He has a Discord server, and he's only letting underage. He's only adding the underage girls and letting them in. Everyone that's of age or whatever, he's just like, nah, don't care. That's insane, bro. Like, that's
One of
crazy.
them made a teenage.
And I know we all remember that one time when we were a freshman in high school and we got there and we saw seniors and we're like, wow, I want me a cougar. Like, I know we all relate to that. Me and you. Like, me and you. This is a documentary of. Oh, did you make another Twitch account? Is that what it is? Oh, okay.
Teenage catfish girl account, and David immediately followed his catfish account back. But his self-tells notoriously
Yeah, no, I hope this isn't the documentary of the seeds.
don't limit themselves to his Discord messages. A music video from November 2022 featured a girl that looked similar to Celeste.
Okay, that's just too much at that point. You're having a doppelganger of like the 14-year-old or whatever she is, bro. Like, make it make sense, bro.
Another one from February 2023 depicted him playing the part of a dead body, specifically wearing clothes to make him appear smaller than he actually was, and getting placed into the back of a car. On April 3rd, he released a promotional video that opened with these words.
Yo, what's up? We got hella people in here tonight. Hold on, wait, let me rewind. Is C-Dog in here? I don't know if he is. He's probably with his girl or something. Vid reacts today. Probably just this one, and then, I don't know, maybe another one. I can't really think of anything else, though, but we're probably gonna hit Plat and Siege tonight, though. I just need 2 more wins.
A car.
Let me... Whoops.
On April 3rd, he released the actually part of a dead body, specifically
Let me
wearing
get a
clothes to make
reaction of what? A reaction to what, bro?
him appear smaller than he actually was, and getting placed into the back of a car. On April 3rd, he released a promotional video and body Celeste. Another one from February 2023 depicted him playing the part of a dead body, specifically wearing clothes.
Bro, you guys have to tell me what you want me to react to. You can't just be like, I want a reaction. What am I supposed to react to, bro?
Clothes to make him appear smaller than he actually was, and getting placed into the back of a car. On April 3rd, he released a promotional.
You want me to react to this video, Xavier, that you just sent me? Overwatch in 2020. Okay. I guess I'll watch it after.
Video that.
Okay, so that last 10 seconds was he was in a music video in February 2023, and he was fully clothed and whatever, and was trying to be smaller than he was. I don't really see the correlation
opened with these words.
You see, when a human being is drained of all of its blood, it becomes pale, lifeless, just as the rose, visually appealing, only good to observe and admire. But the moment you go to pick it up, you get stabbed.
He released 2.
Is this dude into necrophiliac or whatever it is, bro? Like where you're like into dead people? Like, is that what this is?
2 other projects this year, and again, we can find
This dude has a Fortnite montage as one of his latest videos.
various allusions to his secret, having to defend his quote-unquote love from people who questioned it, being obsessive and even self-destructive, references to roses and shovels, describing himself as the devil, and becoming aggressive when his partner tries to leave. While most of the music videos are innocuous, the girls in them always look like Celeste.
Yeah, I was just about to say they all look the same. I don't know if he's casting the same person that looks like them or like what it is, but It's weird that they all look like that.
Although one of them stands out as the most disturbing of all. On the 7th of September, Celeste's birthday, the anime video for a song called Rehab was
Okay, so he did another music video on the same day then. That's kind of wild. Hold on, I gotta refresh my Twitch. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like, he did another music video September 7th, 2022. 1 year later, he does it again, and this is her birthday.
released,
crazy, bro.
wherein the female character gets butchered, literally cut into pieces by David's character. Uncoincidentally, around the same time this video came out, David makes a song called Celeste
Dahmer
that,
type.
although he never
Okay,
released
no.
it, ended up leaking. In it, there are lyrics about Celeste.
This is literal proof, bro. This is like if I miss my ex or something like that, and I just straight up just drop the name as a title. Like, holy.
Only
bro.
opening up when she's high and having his name tattooed on her chest.
She's getting high at like 14, bro.
Up until this point,
hate
there
my
were only
generation,
illusions, and this was the first time he outright said her name in a song. Even if he didn't release it, it leaked anyway. And more, it seemed like David was getting something out of teasing his followers with his illegal activities. And this
Detective Jello is cooking. Now tell us what really happened on 9/11. Nick Fuentes probably knows the answer to that. If you know, you know.
same month, David did a stream with Celeste visibly in the background. And when people
Okay, no. Like, how you gonna have a 14-year-old or whatever it is? Why does he got like some dot in the middle of his head, bro? Hey, who's the girl? You are a fed. Yeah, no, caught.
asked who she was, he only replied with, "You are a fed." This
Indian.
person who asked about her, a Discord user,
I'm pretty sure he's black though, right? I don't think he's Indian. Maybe he's cosplaying as one. Yeah. I'm not gonna repeat that. What you mean, bro? Like,
called
you're
Lamp,
living right
was
now.
then threatened by David, who said, "Wallahi, he's finished. I know what he leaked already. We're literally preparing to sue him, Lamau. Lamp is about to... He's
Wait.
finished.
Wallahi. David predicted it.
I know what
Okay,
he leaked
so-
already. We're literally preparing to sue him, Lamau. Lamp is about to owe $30,000. Legal team going bonkers right now. How confident can a guy be that he's threatening to get legal with someone as they literally have a picture of him with a 13-year-old girl? To make matters worse,
Yeah, she's not even 14 yet. Damn. You're with someone that's in middle school. Yeah, I'm taking this dude off my playlist immediately after this, bro.
for the whole year of 2023, he was actively looking for other minors to do the same thing to.
This dude is the new age Diddy.
As he had been caught DMing girls well under the age of 18. In January 2024, he made a
Wonder how
post on
young they were.
TikTok with a bunch of
This dude has an acne thing. Who is this? This is a David, a D4vd, the singer. He's the guy that, like, there was like a body in his car like last year or something like that. Yeah. But this dude really has a pimple patch that all the girls be having, bro. I swear this makes it more obvious too, bro. It's like, bro, just stick it out, wash your face or something, bro. Like, who cares?
Hello Kitty gear, and when someone commented asking David to adopt them, David replied, tagging an account that was clearly an alt, saying, "Should we?" This account had little to no
Whoa,
tagging
wait,
an
wait, wait. 07 or 0907, September 7th. That's that girl's birthday. Dude, I should be a
account
detective,
that was
bro.
clearly an alt saying, "Should we?" This account had little to no activity, but was listed as having Celeste's birthday, meaning it possibly belonged to her. But besides this post, David was less explicit about his criminal involvement with Celeste in his music. But that doesn't mean the situation was getting any better. Quite the opposite, actually. In mid-February 2024, a Facebook user by the name of Dora Hernandez made a post which read, "Celeste Hernandez is my niece. She's missing this morning."
Okay. I don't know if it's gonna read out the whole thing, but for the people that want to read it, they can go ahead. I don't feel like reading. My brain is fried for some reason. So she's 13. She's 13 as of 2024, early 2024. She's 13.
Morning and
That's
didn't get to her
crazy.
classes in Lake Elsinore, California. She is 13 years old. If anyone has seen her, please contact me or her.
And then in the beginning of the video, it said that she was missing for 17 months. And I think they found the body September 2025. So February, March, April, May, June, July. No, and then another year. It doesn't add up. I don't know.
Parents, Mercedes Martinez, or call the police. Immediately after, Celeste's mother, Mercedes, also made a post asking for help, and the efforts to locate her waged on for the next few days, coming from multiple family members and acquaintances of her. However, about 5
Last seen of Valentine's Day. That's an insane day to go missing.
days later, Mercedes made a currently unavailable post that was replied to by the rest of the family, with things like, "Thank God our prayers have been answered." And in another exchange, a redacted person said, "She came home last night," which leads me to think that she was found around the 20th of February, right around
Okay, so she was brought back home after. Okay, that makes sense.
the same time. David was posting more frequently about some Hello Kitty girl, which absolutely meant he was talking about Celeste, as she was known to like Sanrio merch. In a confusing turn of events, within 2 months, Celeste was once again announced to be missing. Seen the last time
Okay, last seen April. Okay, so May, June, July, August, September. So this is when she's just last seen, and people think that she was just with David the rest of the time. 53120. I hate that she has this brand on because of my old job, bro.
on the 5th of April wearing Hello Kitty sandals. This has led
Tough.
some people to theorize that some members of her family knew that she was with David and were okay with it, and that others weren't and continued to press for her to come home. Ultimately, we don't know the exact details of how this all went down, but the fact that she was with David is an absolute certainty. On his Discord server, it was widely acknowledged that they were now officially dating, and some people
This dude is like 18, 19 or something like that, maybe even 20, and he's dating a 14-year-old. Wow. Or I guess she's 13 at the time still. That's crazy.
even knew that his
Some people,
girlfriend
man.
was the missing girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. This person, Ponzalo, is one of the first people to call David out on it. And in other messages, he said, "David took my little sister's friend to LA to bang in his house while she's 12.
Holy, bro. Does it just keep getting worse, bro? A 12-year-old with a 19-year-old, or however old he is at this point. I don't even know. Or no, yeah, 12, and then however old he was. Dude, 12 is literally like 6. Oh my, I almost just said 6, 7, bro. This is like 6th grade or 7th grade, bro. I'm pretty sure that's the age, right? 12. That's like, yeah, that. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I was 12 when I finished 6th grade.
Did y'all know
Over
David likes
here
kids? I
smashing
want to tell
sixth
everyone
grader,
about
bro.
how David is a creep. As far as I know, besides Ponzalo, the
should've,
only
bro,
other
like-
person to be going after David over this was a random TikTok commenter called Robin River in February 2024, when Celeste went missing for the first time. Among those who were familiar with David, it was simply common knowledge that he had basically kidnapped this girl. Adding insult to injury, he streamed with her on Twitch, and although she was wearing a hoodie and big glasses, it was clearly her.
This is like when you like have like try to like have a disguise on, and go to like a movie theater that like you're banned from or something like that, bro. Or like you try to like sneak in with like the tall trench coat. It's obvious, you know. Or you put on those nerd glasses that have like the nose built on it and like the eyebrows. That's what this like is reminding me of, bro.
At some point during it, this moment happened.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been
bye.
a good.
Okay, so I have a feeling she said something, you know. I don't think I have to go back to that.
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
This dude needs to take that shirt off, bro. He doesn't even like people that are like above age, bro. You can't say that you like hot
Bye,
moms.
guys.
Mwah.
I love hot moms and you're only interested in the young ones.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything goes. Everything.
He was basically flaunting one of the most egregious crimes imaginable for hundreds of people to see, all while being world famous. In TikTok posts and Instagram stories, he hints at basically paying her to stay with him. Around April 2024, when she was reported missing for the second time, an unreleased song called Drink and Drive was made, containing lyrics such as, "Are you still under the car? Stay with me. I know it's my fault. Oh God."
Did this dude run her over?
I'm here. Can't you take me instead?
lyrics
She
are
didn't deserve
crazy,
to
man.
go. I'll be crying in this jail cell tonight. While these are contextualized within the song, they are also eerily foreboding considering the ultimate end of this story. It's also
Exactly.
shortly after the second missing report that possibly the worst detail of this story took place. In messages that Celeste allegedly exchanged with someone called Anissa, she said, "Anissa, do not text. He came back.
Dra- Drake and Drive is not cool, bro. Stay sober. I agree, bro. Drake and Drive. What's your go-to Cane's order? A Caniac. That's it. I would kill for some Canes right now, low key. And GTA, of course, but like, Cane sounds fire. All right.
Someone called Anissa, she said, "Anissa, do not text. He came back. He's crying. Do not text me."
Wait,
Is
wait,
that
wait,
missing
what?
report that possibly the worst detail of this story took place. In messages that Celeste allegedly exchanged with someone called Anissa, she said, "Anissa, do not text. He came back. He's crying. Do not text me. I fixed him. I'm staying. I fixed him. I don't know how."
Bro, you can't fix someone that's like already too far gone, bro. And then some Spanish being said. I think.
We both cried to get her, and he changed his mind. I'm happy he did.
Oh, wherever you got someone trying to promote view botting, yeah, banned immediately.
Though. Anissa, you have to swear you're going to stay safe. Are you still going to talk to David or go back with him? Because I don't want you to get in any more trouble with him. Celeste, I'm safe. No, I'm not.
So at least she's learning to just not be with some old dude. I'm not even saying that 19 or however is old, but like 19 and 13 is just like, that's like 6 years, gang. Like, you can't do that.
Now, I've already made a disclaimer earlier, but either way, I'm going to paraphrase instead of straight up reading the following messages due to how vile it is. To sum it up, Celeste said that she has bled as a consequence of something that happened with David, and just a couple of messages later says that she was also pressured into being with someone else by the name of Gus. Almost
What? So she's bleeding probably from like, you know, this chicken is cold type of. We always know about that. And then now she's being forced to be with other dudes, bro. Like this is a crime, bro. Like there's
equally
no,
concerning
there's no
is that David
sugarcoating
began
it, bro.
saying in
This is a
interviews
crime.
that once he put together enough money, he planned to move to some remote island completely off the grid.
Some Epstein type of vibe, bro. Random island. Yeah,
Specifically,
okay.
he noted he'd do this in about 4 years, which is when Celeste would be turning 18. Whatever his ultimate plans for her were at this time, they were clearly developing in scale. His dedication to this secret objective of his was to the point that, according to Instagram user Chandler OTD, David had begun paying people off to keep their mouths shut about him being with a minor. And there's even a picture of
I guess that's why the people in his Discord server didn't say nothing about it. Makes sense, but still, bro, like, bro, I would literally get the money and then still snitch, bro. I would not care.
what appears to be him doing it in some parking lot.
Like-
Someone else on Reddit by the name of Alpha Tango Cheesecake made similar claims,
What a
saying,
name.
"This guy is a creep from what I've heard. My sister, who is now in 9th grade, told me that he was dating an 8th grader and she would go on trips with him to LA.
You're dating an 8th grader at the age of like 19, bro. Come on, man.
They're all in 9th grade now, and it turns out Celeste's friends knew,
That's
and he
crazy,
would pay them to keep their mouths shut. Celeste has been missing for over a month now, and no one knows her whereabouts. Definitely something strange going on. Despite how many times he professed his
So this
love
is
for
probably
her,
when-
the
around
tune
the
slowly
time she
started
died,
to
then.
change after she went missing, presumably to go live with him. In June, he made a post captioned, "Me after hearing about her past with other boys, I'm jealous and disgusted by her actions."
All right, dude. Making a post about this is crazy. But, I mean, I can't really say nothing because I be reposting stuff like this all the time. And it's like, I already have like a past of, you know, just hitting and quitting and whatever. But the fact that this dude is over here saying this as his own post with knowing that he's paying people to stay quiet is just so wild, bro.
With the
Like-
background image being Patrick Bateman holding a nail gun to a woman's head.
I gotta watch that movie, bro.
Now, in any other context, I would just assume this is a complete joke and has literally no meaning behind it, but it's definitely disturbing given what we know now. And keep in mind,
Facts,
she was
facts.
13 going on 14 at this time, so any past she had with other people was necessarily the actions of a minor. Besides this, there's also a post suggesting an interest
Imagine we were two cannibals in the late 80s who randomly met and then we fell in love and tried to be better and start a life together. Then you died and I ate you. It doesn't even say your, it just says you bones and something else. What is wrong with you? Yeah, no, if I got a message like that, I'd block
in
them
cannibalism.
immediately,
Another one pouring boiling water on her for telling another boy happy birthday. And most concerning of all, one captioned, "Me if I see her talk with other dudes," showing David cutting up meat. Slowly, these themes solidified.
This is some Jeffrey Dahmer type stuff, bro. I've been saying this since the first 5 minutes.
And after enough time passed since Celeste was reported as missing, David once again became bold enough to start hinting at what he was up to in his music videos. In February 2025, he released one for the song One More Dance, where he is stuffed in the trunk of a car and taken out to the middle of the woods to be buried. About a month later, he previewed a song with the following lyrics: "Nobody ever caught me, but I spoke too soon in the
Well, what is with these artists, bro? I swear, I literally just said this. They all snitched on themselves. Nobody ever caught me. Who says this, dude? It's crazy, man.
the back of a police car. I forgot
And then the music video is pretty much like, I think what he did to her or something like that.
whatever I knew. I ain't telling nothing. Do the same if they ask you about her. Despite how much this sounds like he's just talking
Am I the only one that thinks he's low-key chopped? Like, some angles of him, he just looks like strange looking, like a lizard or something like that.
about his plans for Celeste. In the context of the rest of the song, he's talking about something that took place in November 2016. But as far as is publicly known, there's no signs he committed any kind of crime back then. I should note,
2016, she
however,
would've
that
been
he has
6.
one other song where he says, "You wouldn't believe what I did as a kid back in 2016." So given that David has the
And I think he
proclivity
was
to
like
basically
12
tell on
in
himself and his
2016,
music,
right?
people should start giving real consideration that he may have actually done something in November 2016. Now, before I fully get into all of the allusions David made to his eventual crime through his music, I'd like to give attention to an interview he gave in late April, where he said this.
Yeah, man. Romantic homicide was just like, I wanted to feel what the other kids were feeling. Like, everybody I knew, well, in middle school that I didn't talk to anymore, everybody had relationships. I didn't have a relationship. I wanted to do that. I wanted to.
Honestly, this is the only like relatable thing that he said, bro. Because like, I mean, everyone in middle school is over here like having these like little relationships, even though they can't even do nothing, bro. You're in middle school. Like, focus on learning geometry. But like, I understand what he means with this, but still, I don't know.
Be involved in this or
See
have a
what- see what
heartbreak
he
for
says
myself. So I
next.
kind of just like made up these scenarios of myself getting heartbroken and being in love and stuff like that. And I would write songs about things that never happened.
Okay, now making random stuff up is kind of wild, bro. Just like, this is some delusion.
Given he was born in 2005, 2016 is right when he'd be middle school aged, exactly 11 years old. I
This
think
dude is
this is
a
relevant
month-
not
is a
just
month
because
and a
he's made
year older
multiple
than me.
references to having done something in 2016, but also because whatever this something may have been,
So
it's
he's
a significant
21
part
now.
of why he later on went after Celeste, also when she was 11. Now, to cover his music, there are more suggestions that Celeste was now refusing to say she loved him, and some of the lyrics became quite ominous, such as, "He might have you, but I've got your ghost," and we both know that's the real
So yeah, this is pretty much like him admitting that, like, yeah, she gone.
you, and God knows it's true. I love you the most, but we both know what I have to do. Eyes looking right through me. Why can't I hear your heartbeat? Dance with me under the moon above. Let us keep this perfect memory. This is probably one of the most dense set of lyrics yet, as the main theme here is one that's a pattern among many serial killers. The idea that killing someone
Exactly.
somehow attaches them to you in a subservient role for
Like, bro, when someone dies, it's not like their soul just joins yours. Like, that's not how it works. This isn't some fiction type of, like, this is real life, bro.
eternity, with some of them, like the cannibal Jeffrey
Exactly what
Dahmer,
I
even
was saying.
considering it a kind of romantic intimacy. Ed Kemper even called his victims his spirit wives. Given David's documented interest in that kind of macabre culture, it would make perfect sense for him to have developed this same kind of sick delusion surrounding Celeste. Secondly, the mention of the moon
And then he also was studying nihilism, however you say it. So this behavior kind of makes sense, but like still, it's like, why even go this direction, bro? Like, what made you go from like a happy family, you know, having money and everything, to, you know, doing all this weird stuff? But, you know, like, I mean, he still made good music. Like, his music was good. But now is like the fact that all of it is like related to this. It's just so strange, you know?
is relevant because in 2025,
He could have
Celeste's
been something
birthday,
good.
which had been a common release date for David's projects, fell right on a blood moon, which harkened back to his ritualistic depictions in his music videos. Another interesting theme that shows up in this period is the strings. In his album, there's an interlude called The Invisible String Theory, where David and an unknown person talk about how some people are inevitably tied together by fate. But much more importantly,
I know what that theory is. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like, it's pretty much what he just said. Like, you're like, it's like fate, and then sometimes it's like you might be somewhere, like you might be in like a library or something like that, at like 8 o'clock, and then she might be there after you leave at like 8:30, or like you leave at 8:30, she gets there at 9. You know, like that's kind of like what the invisible string theory is.
In 2 music videos and the cover art for one of his album singles, there is the prominent presence of red strings, specifically, following the idea that David is enamored not only by gore, but also about true crime, serial killers, and things of that sort. It would make sense that he's also into the TV show
You would think if he's into this, then he would have been able to hide it easier, but this dude is awful at hiding it, I guess. I don't know.
Dexter, which has recently experienced a huge resurgence in popularity due to online.
Can we watch a show, or is that bad? I don't know if we can. I think that's like, it might be TOS or something. I don't know. I think if I did, I wouldn't be able to like have the show on the screen or something like that. I don't know. I'd have to figure that out.
Memes about it and new spin-offs. First, the whole blood moon thing is a small but significant motif.
I also, when I was like looking at the music thing from the other time, I was able to download it with a sound, but YouTube was gonna block it. So then I had to like cut it out of that like VOD, which will be out soon. I have to edit everything. Prank call? Who do you want me to prank call, bro?
Both in the original show, being present
If
in
you
one
let
of
me
the
know
most
who, then
meaningful
I
and
will.
well-known scenes, which you've probably seen in edits, and in the sequel show, New Blood.
Dexter's a
Secondly,
great
we have
show.
the red string motif, which was a calling card of one of the original show's most well-known serial killers, Brian Moser, who was known for dismembering his victims and stringing them back together. Unsurprisingly, when David's crime was revealed, many people noticed the connections and called David the Bay Harbor Butcher, which is Dexter's name as a serial killer. But before we get to that, I think it's relevant to say that despite all of the red flags imaginable and a lot of the information that I've gone over being easily found online, 2025 marked the greatest year of
Yeah, I was saying, bro, like last year he was in his prime. Like everyone was listening to him. Even in 2024 when he made Feel It, I think. Yeah, that was 2024, I think. That song was pretty good, bro. Like that's the song, I have that in my summer playlist. I'll probably have to take it out after this, but like
David's career. From officially collaborating with Fortnite
Yeah,
and
man.
making the anthem for it, to
prank call Pizza Hut. Let me know what I should say, and then I will. I'll probably call one in like California or like some random spot with like star 67. Yeah, this dude, I think I saw that Fortnite said that they're gonna do refunds for the David skin.
collaborating with artists like Kali Uchis, and having Pokimane in one of his music videos, to having songs of his be featured in extremely mainstream TV shows like Invincible and Arcane, all of which got to tens of millions of views. By all accounts, his wildest dreams had come true, but at the same time, someone else's worst nightmare followed suit. On the evening of the 8th of September, fresh off the blood moon and Celeste's birthday, there was a 2020
This was the stuff that I know of. But yeah, he was on a roll. Like, dude, he was pretty close to being like that guy, bro. Like, I was already thinking of going to one of his concerts when he was like doing his tour. And then this stuff happened.
3 Tesla with Texas license plates in an impound yard on the 1000th block of North Mansfield Avenue in Los Angeles, which was emitting a foul odor. At that point, it had
How did it get impounded?
been there for over 3 days, and before that, it had been parked at Bluebird Avenue for 3 weeks, with some sources saying more than a month.
Someone spelled out Tung Sahur on your pizza out of pepperonis and you want to file a complaint. All right.
A big metal box
do that.
in Los Angeles heat with something inside of it. When the cops were called to see about the smell, they opened the front trunk, finding a plastic bag containing the cut-up remains of a girl, about 5'2", weighing just 71 pounds.
She went from 120 in the missing poster to 71. Dang, bro. I don't know if that's like how like decomposing bodies are, if they just like weigh less or something like that, but Dude, that's 50 pounds.
with wavy black hair, wearing a tube top and leggings. When Celeste went missing the year prior, she was listed as weighing 130 pounds, and now only 70, signaling she had
That is
lost
at
a
120.
significant amount of weight since then, even accounting for the weight the body loses as it decomposes. The body was soon identified,
does,
and
yeah.
upon further investigation, police found that the vehicle was registered to David Anthony Burke and hadn't been reported as stolen. While all of this was going on, David was performing his music, including all of the stuff he wrote about her. If that
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure people were saying, like, oh, his car was stolen. Which, like, I mean, if it was, then, like, that's an insane way of framing it. But still, he was, like, dating her or whatever. So that's, like, still technically, like, a crime.
weren't enough, one TikTok compiled the many theatrics David had during his show, all of which allude to what he did to Celeste. Part of what led not only
He had
to the
funerals at his
identification of
shows.
Celeste's body, but also her connection to David was the shush tattoo he had on his finger. Although this has been widely reported to mean that she also had a tattoo with shush on her finger, there are pictures of what she had tattooed that just looks like David's name in red. Again, this is another sign of what kind of dynamic they had. While she had his actual name on her finger, he only had an expression for secrecy and silence. Additionally, another connection made by people
This is so bad, bro. I don't know why I decided to react to this. I just willingly reacted to this for no reason.
on Reddit is that the original location of the Tesla with Celeste remains before it was towed was just a little over 100 yards away from where he used to live in Los Angeles, and his place has since been
So, yeah, there's no
investigated
way
by
it
the
was
police.
robbed
David's
then,
future shows
like,
were promptly
stolen.
canceled, and he's been described as fully cooperative with law enforcement, although he hasn't been officially listed as a suspect or even a person of interest. One of the first people to speak out publicly about what had just been uncovered was Celeste's brother, Matthew Hernandez.
So off rip, they weren't having David as a suspect. They were like, okay, no, you're fine. Maybe probably because he was cooperating though, which I mean, that makes sense. But like, I mean, they probably figured it out like immediately after.
According to NBC LA, Matthews said that family members who still live in Lake Elsinore knew that Celeste knew David, and that Celeste's disappearance took place when she went to see a movie with him. Simultaneously, to someone who decided to contact him on Instagram, Matthews said, "Yes, it was David. I met him once in person. I knew about him taking Celeste and went to the police about it, but lack of evidence, so it was waved off. Even then, they don't do anything. They haven't even done anything towards him. She was always saying that he was waiting until she was 18 to get married and
Dude, the pre-order is wild. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till you're 18. Dude. You've known her since she was like 11. Waiting 7 years for them to be 18 and then get married, bro. We make the wrong people famous sometimes, man.
stuff like that. My sister wouldn't say anything, ever. Please send me more if you know. I never knew about the Discord server. I wish I would have known. I could have used this. I don't even have Discord." Matthew then sent a few previously unreleased pictures of Celeste and confirmed the authenticity of the text message exchanges where Celeste identifies someone else who had been with her.
I'm pretty sure Gus was the other dude that David was chill with or something like that, right?
But Matthew remarks that this Gus person has since been shot dead. Someone else who came forward was a friend of his and former teammate from when David was still a Fortnite player.
I think most of you all know I've known David for about 3.5 years. And the internet knows a 15-year-old girl was found disconfigured in the front of his car. Can't even say 15 because she was 14 when she passed. For those who don't know, David used to be a professional Fortnite player in the team that I was leading, Limit. Back then, I used to make
was a
music on
pro
my
Fortnite
computer.
player? I
He didn't
didn't
have
know
a good
that.
computer, so I told him about BandLab, and he started making music, and it completely popped off. And David, even before and after fame, he's always been a really, really nice person. Like, a little bit too nice, like comically nice. And for those who've been following me for a while, you know I used to have this ongoing joke over and over and over again about me dissing on David and us having, like, fake beef. Literally a year ago today, I posted, "The enemy, no, the enemy is David." And I would always make comments just hating on him because I thought it was funny to portray.
This is the type of stuff that I be doing though. Like, I'll just hate on people for no reason because I think it's funny. But this dude, you know, sometimes we really gotta pay attention or something like that. Like,
Hey, you know, I'm jealous of him. It should have been me. And flash forward to today, this is absolutely disgusting. He has known this girl since she was either 11 or 12.
Another member of his Fortnite team added more context to how they all initially met. We were all in a Fortnite team called Chronic, which is where I met him. He met her in like 2021 through Fortnite, I'm pretty sure. Then he made her get Discord. Everyone in the team knew about her, and he would joke about it and brush it off every time it got mentioned. That's all I personally know, but my friend Pistol knows more because they talked way more. She would literally
so the whole Fortnite team, professional Fortnite team, knew about this, and they didn't even think of like speaking up about anything.
say he raped her, but then follow it up with a joke, so I don't know if she was being for real or not. He was all
If this is true, this dude needs to be like put in front of a firing squad, bro. Like,
also just a weirdo, to be honest. He used to send gore in group chats. It does seem to be the case that
That's
a Fortnite
crazy, I
team
know,
called
bro.
Chronic was active at that point in time, and it also seems to be the case that David was affiliated with them in some way, at least based on this video title. On the other hand, Celeste's Discord account is verified to have been created in January 2021, which would make her 10, as she would only turn 11 in September that year, which is all the more horrific. Someone else
She
who knew
was
David and
10,
claimed
bro.
they briefly
the first time I ever seen you look low-key traumatized. Dude, I mean, this is crazy, dude. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I'm also kind of tired, so that's probably why, but like, yeah. Dude, okay, so it said that she was 10 when she made Discord, and that's when he supposedly found her.
September that year, which is all the more horrific. Someone else who knew David and claimed they breathed September
Why is this her bio?
that year, which is all the more horrific. Someone else who knew David and claimed they briefly dated when she was 16 and he was 18 claimed she had seen him with Celeste, but never had any.
Yeah, that's what a minor would put for real. I mean, yeah. Okay, wait, so I used to be close friends with David, and okay, so this is someone else.
Idea of anything that was going on. But besides people who knew David, some that knew Celeste also chimed in, including one called Exile's Funeral, who said, "Last time me and Celeste called, she was drunk and spam calling David. They have matching
You're getting drunk before you're even like 15, bro. Holy, like, this whole thing is messed up. She's over here drinking and, you know, getting high or whatever. This dude is into dead bodies, and he's basically just the new gen Jeffrey Dahmer. And then his like people, they're just getting hush money and whatever. So
tattoos from when
this
they
is just
dated.
bad,
David
bro.
used to have pictures of her up on his Instagram, but after they broke up, he took it off. Only thing throwing me off is the age, but I'm just gonna assume she lied about her age to everyone in our friend group back then, because they did date, and then 2 days after that call with me, she deleted her whole account. Pictures too, also looks just like her. No way it's another Hispanic Celeste with the same curls, same face. That just doesn't make sense. Gets to a point with coincidences. This same person followed up outside of Discord, providing a series of screenshots of Instagram chats dated to December, followed up
Was getting too many messages. Hate being in this type of stuff, but the body that I found was in David's car. Was ID'd as my friend and a friend of my old friend group. It was known that she was dating David, to me at least. So this is about the body in the car. The screenshots I'm showing is first me explaining my story, showing proof. Okay. It's hard to prove some of the screenshots because Instagram deleted her messages when she deleted her nude. Okay. But I have old screenshots. added screenshots to the end of us being in the same group chat. Okay.
outside of
Alright, so this is
Discord,
what we're
providing
gonna
a
see.
series of screenshots of Instagram chats dated to December 2024, corroborating their claims to have been in contact with Celeste at that point in time. Due to how much attention this case got and how complicit many of the people in his Discord server were, the people who were in charge of administrating it felt the need to go out of their way to make an announcement. We, the Discord and Twitch staff team, want to clarify what we knew and didn't know regarding Celeste. We were not aware of her true age or that she was a missing person. We also did not have any contact with her outside of what was public.
But how do you not know this? Like, everyone that was around her knew she was missing. Like, how do you not know that? And I know David knew he was, or that she was like marked as like missing. Wow. They thought she was around 18 to 19. She was in 2 streams.
From what was shared in David's Twitch streams and her role in the server, we understood her to be around 18 or 19. She appeared in 2 streams, but otherwise was not active in the server, and we do not have ongoing communication with her. Most of us are not located in California, so we were not aware of any missing persons reports connected
Well,
to
that
her.
makes sense,
Additionally, the staff team has had minimal contact with David or his management. The mention of her full name within the server was not seen in real time due to how fast the chat moves when David pings everyone. As a result of this situation, the majority of the staff team has left the server, and we no longer associate with.
So this server goes buck wild with all the minors that are in it whenever he's like, yo, like, dude goes in the server, says one thing, and then everyone else just starts freaking out for no reason.
David. We do not support his actions in any capacity. Our priority has always been the well-being of members in this community. We are deeply saddened by the situation and extend our prayers to Celeste's family. May she rest in peace, and may her family receive justice. While I'm sure that this sentiment is genuine, and although it is quite possible that none of the members of his staff knew about it, there were people in the servers who weren't necessarily staff members who definitely knew. One person in specific by the name of Xerxify, who was David's Twitch manager, was actually caught deleting Discord messages in real time by Redditors. First off, this makes him look quite guilty, and second,
Yeah, I was
I'm
about to
pretty
say,
sure that
like-
if these messages
like
are
he's trying to
eventually
hide something.
procured, and they certainly could be given the high-profile nature of this case, he may now be complicit and liable to get a charge of his own. And all of that is assuming that he isn't actually guilty of something, which he very well might be, given his urgency to go delete a bunch of posts on the Discord server, probably because those messages could prove that he knew what David was doing beforehand. A few days after the first big info dump online about Celeste and David's case, a tweet that got a lot of engagement claimed that the FBI was holding David's bodyguard, Mark Morales, aka Marky Next.
You're having this Los type of build be your bodyguard, bro. Oh, he's 6'6". Okay, that kind of makes sense then. 460 pounds. This dude is not black, bro. It says race is
Or
black.
on suspicion
He's
for
not
accessory
black.
to murder, with an offered reward of $25,000 for information that could lead to his arrest. Mark was then contacted by none other than Neon on stream.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't want the government to be on me, so I don't know if you could be on my phone.
Dude, hey, buddy, I'm not on the run by the FBI, okay? I don't know why you're going.
You can tell by his voice he's not black.
I don't know why you're saying.
Yes, you are, bro. You're on the run. Stop.
Hey, look at the FBI wanted poster. It literally says I'm black, and it says my alias is Big Steppa in Tubbs.
What the are you talking about?
Bro, the FBI wanted poster. It literally says I'm black.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it's not you?
No, it's bro. You know what, bro? It was they got mad at Aiden for not streaming, and they made a whole.
You're
fucking
guilty.
narrative
You're guilty. Get off my phone. You're
How
guilty.
old is he? How old is he?
He's
Yeah, I hate you,
36.
bro. You're so weird, bro.
This dude is 36.
Stop spreading narratives, dude.
Like Marky said in the clip, the FBI wanted tweet was proven to be fake, as Marky Next Door is actually a streamer who had nothing to do
Okay, so it's not this guy then.
with David
And
or
then, yeah,
Celeste.
it was
Regardless,
just
this
internet
is
ad
still
over the
technically
poster.
a developing situation, and ultimately, time will tell if legal charges are pressed against David. Although, given everything here, I can't really see it going any other way. Regardless, rest in peace to Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose life was taken far before it could fully develop. I've been Turkey Tom, thanks for watching, and until next time, leave me alone.
I guess we gotta leave him alone. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I wasn't expecting that much. I was expecting just stuff like that we kind of already knew with like maybe a few things from before, but dude, what is with my light right now? Yeah, that was wild. All right.